Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pada kesempatan kali ini saya, Fauza Sofia, akan menjelaskan mengenai jawaban UAS Hukum Persaingan Usaha. Baik, nomor soal yang pertama, yaitu apa yang dimaksud dengan penyalahgunaan posisi dominan. Posisi dominan atau abuse of dominant position is a situation where a business actor has no competitors in the relevant market by controlling a market share of more than 50% if one business actor, but if 2 until 3 business actors, they control more than 75%, or a business actor who has the highest position in the financial capacity, supply, sales, ability to fulfill the demand of goods, according to Article 1, letter D. Selanjutnya, according to Article 25, business sectors are prohibited from using their dominant position to, yang pertama, limiting the market, which means preventing other business actors who have the potential to become competitors from entering the pasar yang bersangkutan. For example, doing a monopoly by selling at a loss on the initial sale, so it gains a profit at the end of the sale by killing its competitors. And then second is limiting technology development, namely behavior that menghambat trade transactions, innovation, and the development of goods and or services. And 3, to determine the term of trade with business partners or distributors to prevent consumers to get goods or services both in terms of price and quality. For the example, mineral water distributors se-Jawa Timur are prohibited from selling mineral water of other brands other than Aqua. The feedback is that the business partner get a discount or bonus because they agree to sell Aqua. Sehingga posisi dominan itu parameternya ada 3. Yang pertama, have no competitors. Yang kedua, have a higher position between other business actors. And then the capabilities that have been mentioned above, like limiting the market, limiting technology development, and the other. And B, soal yang kedua yaitu poin yang kedua adalah jabatan rangkap. Jabatan rangkap itu menurut pasal 26 adalah a person who menduduki the position as commissioner or director of a company is prohibited merangkap menduduki jabatan tersebut in another company at the same time if the company is in the same market, in the field or type of business, or can jointly control the market share of good and service that result in monopolistic practice and unfair business competition. For the example, PTA control 45 market share dan PTB control a market share of 20%, then the dual position may not be carried out because after being calculated, the percentage of market share is more than 50%. Okay, next is about kepemilikan saham mayoritas. According to Article 27, business actors are prohibited from owning majority share of more than 50% market share if one business actor and more than 75% if 2 until 3 business actors in several companies that have similar product. Lalu poin yang D adalah kepemilikan, yang poin yang ke D adalah penggabungan, peleburan, dan pengambil alihan. Business actors are prohibited from merging or consolidating business entities as well as taking over share of other companies that lead to monopolistic practices and unhealthy business practices. Business actors are required to report of Business Competition Supervisory Commission if they have asset of 2 triliun dan hasil penjualannya itu 5 triliun setelah melakukan penggabungan, peleburan maupun pengambil alihan in order to maintain market balance. Komisi Persaingan Usaha bisa cancel the matter if after being assessed the company can result in monopolistic practices and unfair business competition. Selanjutnya, soal yang kedua itu tentang prosedur dalam kasus penyalahgunaan posisi dominan. Jadi ada 3 tahapan. Yang pertama, the definition of the relevant market can be seen from the product distribution in terms of geography. Yang kedua, proof apakah ada posisi dominan di pasar yang bersangkutan, apakah pangsa pasar itu lebih dari 50% dan 75%. Lalu yang ketiga, membuktikan apakah pelaku usaha itu memiliki posisi dominan seperti pada artikel 25 paragraph 1 letter A, B, and C, such as menetapkan syarat-syarat perdagangan, restrict market and technology development, or prevent other business actors from becoming competitors, or refers to artikel 19, 15, 6, dan 20. Jadi pada artikel 19 itu ada mengenai market domination, lalu pada artikel 15 mengenai close agreement, namely agreement with other business actors regarding certain condition, dan pada artikel 6 mengenai price fixing, pada artikel 20 mengenai selling at loss. Selanjutnya itu nomor 3, mengapa ada pengecualian terhadap monopoli dalam Undang-Undang nomor 5 tahun 99, dan untuk siapa monopoli tersebut dikecualikan. Jadi in my opinion, business actor who may be able to melakukan pelanggaran terhadap monopolistic practice atau melakukan persaingan usaha tidak sehat itu adalah pelaku usaha yang mempunyai perusahaan-perusahaan yang besar that have dominant position, which the distribution of the company range has spread throughout Indonesia. Selanjutnya itu for whom the monopoly is excluded. Jadi in Article 51, including business actors classified as small business, franchise agreement, cooperative that aim to serve their member, as well as activities related to livelihoods of many people organized by BUMN or other agency or institution appointed by the government. Selanjutnya nomor yang keempat itu mengenai bagaimana mengidentifikasi pengecualian dalam pasal 50 Undang-Undang Nomor 5 Tahun 99 dengan prosedur KPPU. Lalu kriteria apa saja yang dikecualikan dan tidak dikecualikan, bagaimana step by step mengidentifikasikannya. Di sini saya memilih dua, yaitu waralaba dan usaha kecil. Yang pertama waralaba. Berdasarkan pasal 1 angka 1 Government Regulation number 42 of 2007 concerning franchising is a special right owned by an individual or a business entity to business system which have ciri khas in the context of marketing goods and or service that have been proven successful and can be utilized and or used by other parties based on franchise agreement. Jadi excluded agreement pada waralaba itu adalah perjanjian yang regulate the franchise system and the transfer of license right from the franchisor to the franchise, while agreement that can result in monopoly practice and unfair competition. And then even though they are related to franchises are not excluded. So how to identify? First, criteria for franchise as regulated in Government Regulation nomor 42 tahun 2007 must be fulfilled. Yang kedua, kriteria for the franchise agreement and its registration sebagaimana Government Regulation number 42 tahun 2007 must be fulfilled too. And then the making of the agreement refers to Article 1.7 of Law number 5 1999, Jo Article 1320 and 1338 of Civil Law. And then franchise agreement is a form of partnership regulated in accordance with Law number 20 of 2008. And the last is the contents of the agreement do not have the potential to violate the principle of prohibiting monopolistic practice and unfair business competition. Lalu selanjutnya yang kedua, usaha kecil. Business actor classified as small business according to Article 5 Paragraph 2 of Law number 20 tahun 2008 concerning micro, small and medium enterprise, namely those with a net worth of 50 million until 500 million rupiah, excluding land and buildings for business premises, and annual sales of more than 300 million rupiah until a maximum of 2,5 miliar rupiah. Lalu micro and small business yang that are granted an exception are businesses that are independent in organization and management. So they do not include business that are in the form of a branch of a medium and or large company and a subsidiary of a medium and or large company. If it does not fulfill the previous element that I said before, then it cannot be given an exception. The next is how to identify. The first is it a small business actor in accordance with KPPU provisions? Second, apakah memiliki kekayaan bersih sesuai dengan ketentuan KPPU. Lalu yang ketiga, does it have annual sales according to KPPU provisions? And then yang keempat, is the company independent? It means that it is not a branch or subsidiary of a medium or large company. If the answer is no, then the handling of the case will continue. But if yes, then an exception will be applied. Jadi identifikasi sebelumnya telah saya sebutkan. Jika jawabannya itu ya, maka akan diberi pengecualian terhadap Undang-Undang Nomor 5 Tahun 99. Tapi jika itu tidak jawabannya, maka dia merupakan usaha mikro yang tidak dikecualikan pada Undang-Undang Nomor 5 Tahun 99. Lalu soal yang terakhir mengenai tugas KPPU. Tugas KPPU itu ada di pasal 35. Yang pertama itu melakukan analisis perjanjian dan prohibited business activities terhadap ada atau tidaknya posisi dominan that may result in monopoly practice or unfair competition. 2. Provide advice and legal consideration on government policies relate to monopoly practice or unfair competition. 3. Prepare guidelines or publication relate to monopoly practice or unfair competition, and then provide periodic reports on the result of the Commission's work to the President and Parliament. Selanjutnya, kewenangan KPPU. Kewenangannya itu ada banyak, namun di sini saya akan menyebutkan 3. Yang pertama, receive report from the public of or business action regarding the dugaan terjadinya praktik monopoli atau usaha tidak sehat, persaingan usaha tidak sehat. Yang kedua, doing a research terhadap business activities or action of business actor that may result in monopoly practice and unfair competition. And the last is doing a series of investigation or examination of dugaan terjadinya praktik monopoli atau persaingan usaha tidak sehat reported by the public or other business actor or found by KPPU itu sendiri up to the stage of issuing a decision and sanction if the business actor is proven down the monopoly practice and unfair competition. Lalu yang ketiga, tujuan dari berdirinya KPPU. Yang pertama itu ensuring a conducive business climate to prevent monopolistic practice and unfair business competition. Yang kedua, supervise the implementation of Law Number 5 Tahun 99 concerning the prohibition of monopolistic practices and unfair business competition. And then the last is KPPU independent nature atau sifat independen dari KPPU itu. Jadi KPPU merupakan complementary and independent institution which to investigate and as a business competition supervisory agency yang sifatnya regardless of the influence and power of the government and other parties. Baik, mungkin itu jawaban saya mengenai soal UAS Hukum Persaingan Usaha. Kurang lebihnya mohon maaf. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.